Our top story tonight on Gravitas is from India, where 6 people were crushed to death in the temple town of Tirupati in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. An unfortunate incident that claimed the lives of innocent individuals who had gathered to collect entrance tokens so that they could offer their prayers to the deities. But poor planning, miscommunication, inadequate crowd control and safety lapses reportedly led to the tragic loss of life and injuries for several others. Who is responsible for this chaos is the question. Who should be held accountable for these deaths? Who is to blame for this avoidable tragedy and the loss of life? And more importantly, why are stampedes so common in India? Let's just understand this. First, here's what happened on Wednesday night. A stampede broke out when hundreds of devotees jostled to get tokens for the 10-day auspicious ceremony there. It's supposed to start on January 10. You see, 2 days before the festival was set to begin, this is the temple located in the Tirumala Hills. Large crowds descended at over 90 ticket counters that were set up for the festival. According to reports, arrangements were in place for the distribution of 120,000 tokens to devotees. The tokens are meant for what is called Sarva Darshan. It basically allows a chance for the devotees to see the inner sanctum of the temple and offer prayers up close. Now, the tokens for the 10-day festival were to be handed from 5 a.m. on Thursday. But thousands of people gathered a night before at the counters that was set up by the temple body, TTD, which oversees the temple operations. The distribution arrangements were made at 94 counters, besides other places. But the situation went out of control at the counter set up at MGM High School, located near the Vishnu Nivasam temple. Around 4,000 to 5,000 people thronged the counter from Wednesday morning. By the evening, the crowd became unruly, leading to pushing, jostling. The situation spiraled out of control when crowds reportedly surged towards the ticket counter gates. At 8:50 p.m., the gates gave way under pressure, triggering the stampede. Some devotees fell. Others were trampled as panic spread. Security personnel, including police and TTD vigilance staff, were unable to manage the rush. Local residents and police provided immediate assistance, performing CPR on the injured. But videos reportedly showed untrained personnel also attempting CPR. According to B.R. Naidu, the chairman of TTD, when a gate was opened to assist a woman feeling unwell, the crowd surged forward all at once, leading to chaos. It would reportedly take the authorities 15 minutes to evacuate the crowd. Today, the Andhra Pradesh government announced a compensation of rupees 25 lakh for the families of those who lost their lives in the stampede. 2 cases reportedly have been filed by the police, and one of the 2 FIRs filed reportedly appears to lay the blame on the crowd. But the tragedy itself marks an unprecedented incident in the history of the TTD. But there's no denying the lack of management that led to the unfortunate incident. Preliminary investigations have revealed that there were no barricades at the ticket counters. The incident exposing major safety lapses reportedly in crowd management by the local police as well as the TTD officials. According to Indian media reports, officials were already alerted about the growing crowd. They were advised against allowing large congregations at the token centers to prevent untoward incidents. Evidently, the concerns were ignored. There are also reports indicating lack of coordination between the officials and the police. But who should be blamed? TTD and the state government are facing criticism for the alleged mismanagement in ticket distribution. But the temple body chairman, who has termed the incident as unfortunate, has expressed anger over administrative lapses, stating that the mishap occurred due to the premature opening of the gates by one DSP. Meanwhile, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu, after meeting the injured victims, expressed dissatisfaction with the officials' handling of the arrangements. He also stressed on the need for stricter measures to avoid a recurrence. He vowed accountability for those responsible for the lapses. But this is not the first time. As tragic as it is, stampedes have become common in India. According to data from the National Crime Records Bureau, India recorded 3,935 stampede incidents between 1996 and 2022. Deadly accidents are common at places of worship during major religious festivals. In July last year, 121 people were killed in Uttar Pradesh during a Hindu religious gathering. Then in August, 7 people died in another stampede that broke out. This was in Bihar's Jehanabad district. In January 2022, at least 12 people died and more were injured in a stampede at the Vaishno Devi temple in Jammu and Kashmir. It happened after a huge crowd of devotees tried to go into the shrine through its narrow entrance. In 2016, another 112 people died after a huge explosion caused by a banned fireworks display marking the Hindu New Year at a temple in Kerala. In 2014, over 30 people were killed in a stampede at Gandhi Maidan in Bihar's Patna. In 2013, during the Kumbh Mela in Allahabad, 36 people were killed at a railway station due to overcrowding. In 2011, 106 people died on a narrow pathway in Sabrimala. But it's not just religious events, of course. Stampedes have also been recorded at political rallies, at celebrity appearances. In fact, just a few weeks ago, a stampede broke out at a cinema hall in the southern city of Hyderabad during the premiere of the movie Pushpa 2. You would know about this. The memory of that incident, in fact, is still fresh in the minds of the people. On December 4, a large crowd had gathered to catch a glimpse of popular actor Allu Arjun. But chaos broke out when the actor waved to the fans from the sunroof of his car. A woman was crushed in the resulting stampede, with her child suffering injuries. Each time, the circumstances behind the stampede remained the same: poor planning, miscommunication, inadequate crowd management, safety lapses, negligence, greed. It reflects a chronic failure to ensure public safety, especially during religious festivals. It's time to ask some serious questions. Why is crowd safety not a priority in India? It would seem that is an obvious question. Why are actionable measures not implemented? Why is spatial and thermal comfort not considered when planning events? Shouldn't organizers provide sufficient hydration facilities, for example, to prevent exhaustion at these events? Are organizers accounting for multiple clearly designated entry and exit points? Are they prepared to handle the expected crowd size? What does their emergency preparedness look like? All of these factors must be non-negotiable. It's time that authorities ensure the safety of citizens, whether they gather for faith or for fandom or otherwise. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.